Okay, so I feel quite honoured to be standing here in a way, and I feel quite excited about it in a sense. I've been thinking about writing this talk for a few months actually, but particularly more intensively in the past few weeks. And I realised yesterday that I can't actually completely write it out. I just had to get up here and stand here and see what happened in a certain way. So yeah, but it's delightful to be here, standing here in front of you all, because it's just wonderful seeing all of you, actually, getting a sense of all these people, young people who are moving towards the Dharma, who are practicing the Dharma. I mean, I just think in a certain way it's incredible. There's so much potential in this room. There's so much that can happen from the people in this room, from all of you, from all of us. So yeah, I want to talk about basically the first two links of what is called the spiral nidanas, the spiral path. I want to talk about those because they are, when I heard the theme of this retreat, that's the first thing that, for me, that came to mind. And just to say them, in dependence upon dukkha arises Shraddha. In dependence upon dukkha arises Shraddha. Those are magical words in a way, or what they represent is magical. And I'll tell you why. It's because it's the beginning of the spiritual life. It's the beginning of the spiritual path. It's the point at which our minds turn towards something higher. So it's the beginning of the seeking of truth, basically, that path, that quest. And it's been the theme that has been running through this whole weekend, hasn't it? It's we have a sense of ordinary life as being not complete. Something's missing. Something's not quite right. It's not satisfying, entirely satisfying. That is a form of dukkha in a sense. That is a form of dukkha. It's a subtle form of dukkha in a way because it's a part of us knows that there is more. A part of us knows that there is more to life. And yeah, I think basically the way that we respond to that is so important. I think everybody experiences this to one degree or another. But the way that we respond to it is determines what flows on from it, basically. I think the way I responded to it before I encountered the Dharma was radically different to how I respond to it now, basically. Yeah. So, I mean, it's dukkha itself, there's subtle levels of it and there's gross levels of it. There's, the subtle level of just that very, small sense that, well, not small, sense that there is more. But then there's gross levels of it. For example, the fact that, well, we're going to grow old, we're going to get sick, we're going to die. There's bereavement. There's things like that. Things that are unavoidable in this life, basically. Yeah, it can be a springboard in a sense. It's like the picture of the world, the view of the world we have. It's like cracks begin to emerge. That is this sense of dukkha. But we start to look at it, we start to turn towards it, and we see that actually there's light shining through those cracks. We walk towards it, we move closer to it, begin to look through those cracks, and there's a whole other world waiting, a whole other way of relating. And this, I suppose you could describe as Shraddha, the movement towards something higher. So yeah, in this talk I want to basically share my reflections on the various ways that I tried to make that move from a sense of incompleteness to a sense of something higher, both before and after Buddhism, in a way. I got my notes all around. I mean, I think from quite a young age, in a sense, I realised that I didn't want an ordinary life. I can't exactly pin the moment that this started. I could tell you some slightly boring psychological stories, which I'm not going to do. But I think it was just like that for me. The sort of archetypal meaningless life. I'm going to be careful what I say here, but was like the office job in a sense. I know a lot of people probably work in offices, and that's okay. But it was a job where it was just like 9 to 5, like working for a purpose that you weren't clear about, working for something that you didn't believe in, essentially. Spending the majority of your time doing that, finishing, going home, and that's the majority of your life. I feared that in a way. I didn't want that. So I think my ideas when I was younger were, sometimes they were a bit mad, but other times they were understandable in a certain way. I mean, I wanted to become, say, like a great physicist. That was one of my solutions to it. Discover how to travel across the universe. These vast expanses of space. There seemed to be something in that. The beauty of the stars and galaxies. Another way for me was actually drug taking as well. Altered states of mind. But obviously, where did that all lead? Where did that lead? I think basically something like physics, it had a certain vision to it, but it was limited, and it didn't tell you how to live your life. There wasn't something that you could go home and do directly, and in certain ways, it didn't always help you to relate to people, or at least a select group of people if it did. Drug taking, yeah, sure, you'd have some funny experiences on it, but there was no way to make sense of them or to assimilate them or to live from them. And actually, down the line, it just led to some quite unpleasant states, really. Just becoming very, very alienated from people, losing a sense of reality. And just made you feel just bad in yourself, essentially. They weren't solutions, basically. And I'm pretty sure that everybody has their own sort of equivalent of these stories, ways that you tried to solve life, as it were, before encountering the Dharma. I think of some of my friends. I've got people who pour all their energy into sort of experimental politics and just high-powered business and things like that. And there's energy there and there's progress there, but it's not complete, it's not whole, and it's not higher actually. It's not a higher life. So that's what I want to talk about now. In a way, I want to talk about what we're doing now, and in a sense, I just really want to rejoice in it in a way, because what we're doing is incredible. What we're doing is absolutely incredible. I really mean that. It's so valuable, so precious. I think when I was thinking about writing this talk, in some ways it was painful, because it's just like, how can I communicate how important this is, what we're doing? How can I say that? How can I mean, there you go. Yesterday, the first night when we were doing the puja, I was just thinking, God, stamp your feet until cracks open up in the world. Show it, like, shine a light that's so bright. I don't know, how do you do it through speech? I don't know, but I'll try. What we've been given a path to enlightenment. We've been given meaning. We've been given purpose. There's sort of, you can talk about particular ways this has played out. I can talk about particular ways this has played out in my life. One thing is the big theme for me has always been friendship, actually, and connection with people, intimacy. Pranya Katie was talking about the broader intimacy yesterday, being able to connect with more and more people, being able to have deeper friendships, meaningful friendships. And actually being around inspiring people as well. I just want to share a story, actually, just very recently at Padmaloka. There's someone who's staying with us who's just had an operation, quite a severe operation. I won't go into the details because it's difficult. And he's in quite a lot of pain right now. And Pranya Hridaya has just been basically quite fearlessly going in, spending time with him, and just being there for him, basically sitting there for him. And it's a really difficult thing to do in a way, because it's like you're facing difficulty. You're sitting there. It's every part of yourself is going, oh, I don't want to be here. But seeing someone fearlessly doing that is it's very inspiring. And we're around people like that in this movement. Yes. But also, what have we got? We've got ethics, we've got meditation, we've got wisdom, we've got ways of bringing our lives into relation to other people. We've got meditation, we've got the intensification of that quest, the meaning for truth. And wisdom, it's just, deep and profound, seeing things as they really are, in a way. Yes, so we have the path in front of us, essentially. We've found the Dharma. And I guess to conclude, I just want to say that there is all of us. We're all here, and there's so much we can do. But there's so many people who haven't found the Dharma yet. There's so many people who basically could be lost without it, in a sense. Millions, billions of people have not found the Dharma yet. The majority of people living on this earth have not. And there are so many who need it. It's like one man has founded this movement. Sangharakshita founded this movement, and it's a worldwide movement, in a sense. One man had such an effect. And there's 100 of us in here. It's like, we can do a lot. I just want to sort of implore you all, I think that's the word, practice the Dharma wholeheartedly. Take this seriously in the right sort of way. Don't get tight and fraught about it, but this is such a treasure what we have here. Make real friendships. Cherish your friendships. And get involved quickly, as soon as you can, helping out, supporting classes. I mean, it's such a rewarding thing to do, basically, when you realize that you've got something to offer. It's one of the most rewarding things you can do. And lastly, just do not lose what you found, basically. Do not lose this life. There's so much can come from it. So I think I'm going to leave it there. There's a quote I wanted to finish with, actually. It's one that I found quite inspiring. It's from a sutra called the Ratnaguna Samchayagata. And basically it starts with a sort of rallying cry, and I very much like it. So, call forth as much as you can of love, of respect, and of faith. Remove the obstructing defilements and clear away all of your taints. Listen to the perfect wisdom of the gentle Buddhas, taught for the weal of the world, for heroic spirits intended.